The Secret Garden, Chapter 20. No Time to Lose. The next morning, when Mary arrived in Colin's room, she saw that she looked pale and warm out from his temper tantrum. "I'm glad you came. I ate all over because I'm so tired." He noticed she was wearing her hat. "Are you going somewhere?" "I won't be long. I need to talk to Deacon. It's something about the garden." "Oh, is it?" Colin said eagerly. "I dreamt about the garden all night." Mary left him and went outside. Deacon was already at work in the secret garden. His animal friends were busy watching him. Besides the fox and crow, he brought along 2 squirrels named Nut and Shell. I rode over on Jump, my I rode over on Jump, my moor pony, he told Mary. "Would you like to see him?" Deacon led Mary into the woods, where the shaggy pony was eating grass. The boy and his pony seemed to have a conversation. Then Deacon had made Jump give Mary a kiss on her cheek. She liked that. Back in the garden, the 2 children sat under a tree. Mary began to tell Deacon about Colin's tantrum. Deacon shook his head sadly. "Just listen to the birds this morning. The ward seems full of them and whistling and singing, and that poor boy has been lying shut up in the house taking through that made him scream. We must get him out here, soaking up air and sunshine. We have no time to lose." "No, there is no time to lose." The two of them agreed upon a plan, and then Mary ran back into the house. When she sat down next to Colin's bed, he sniffed the air nearby. "You smell like flowers and fresh things." That's the wind from the moor, and the springtime and sunshine." Colin took another big breath. There was too much to talk about. He wanted to hear all about Deacon's wild animal friends. "Well," said Mary, "today I met Jump, the moor pony." He trotted right up to Deacon and laid his ear to Deacon's shoulder. Deacon talking to his ear, and Jump answered back with whinnies and snorts. "Do you think Jump really understands everything Deacon says?" "It seems as if he does. Deacon says anything would understand you if your friend went friends with it." Colin lay quietly for a little while. He seemed to be staring at the wall, but Mary knew he was thinking. "I wish I were friends with things," he said at last, "but I'm not. I never had anything to be friends with. I can't stand people." "Can you stand me?" "Yes, I can. It's funny, but I even like you." Mary was thoughtful, though. Ben Weatherstaff, the gardener, once said that he and I were alike. "I think you're like us too," Ben said. "Neither of us was good looking, and we were as sour as we looked. But I don't feel so sour anymore, now that I know Deacon and the robin." "Did you feel as though you hated people?" "Yes," said Mary. "I would have hated you if I'd seen you back then." Colin reached out his hand and patted on her. "Mary, I wish I hadn't said what I did about sending Deacon away. I wouldn't mind him looking at me. I want to see him." I'm glad you said that because what?" Colin said eagerly. Mary was so anxious, and she hopped up from her stool and caught hold of both his hands. "Can I trust you?" Can I really trust you? Yes, yes. Deacon will bring his creature to see you tomorrow. But that's not at all. Mary was shaking with excitement. There's a door into the secret garden. I found it under the ivy on the wall. If he had been a strong, healthy boy, Colin probably would have jumped up and shouted, "Hooray!" Instead, his eyes grew bigger and he gasped for breath. "Oh, Mary, will I see it?" He pulled her toward him. "Will I live to get inside it?" "Of course you'll see," Mary said impatiently. "Of course you'll live to get inside it. Don't be silly." He seemed so certain about this that he soon began to laugh at himself. He asked her to tell him again about the garden and how it might look. He listened to every detail and soon forgot his ages and tiredness. It sounds as if you've really seen it," he said. Mary hesitated for a minute and then blurted out the truth. "I found the key and went into the garden weeks ago, but I didn't dare tell you until I knew for sure that I could trust you."